Kill my baby, oh, kolo my baby, oh. Ayo, kill my baby, oh. All right, I'm sorry for that music earlier. So, good afternoon and happy Sunday for my brothers and happy weekend for my sisters. So, how how was last week? I hope you take your time to backtest what happened last week and check yourself out. Figure out things that did not happen the way you want it to be, and just figure yourself out and all that. So basically, I'm here today to let's dig deep on DXY, mainly because DXY is the main drivers of this market. And we're going to see the market. There's something I have seen, not seen, according to the market cycle, right? I want to talk about market cycle or the market sentiment. All right. So let me grab one book right that. So and this market sentiment, there's something I wrote here that talks about not wasting our time. Uh, I'm doing this video for the weekly market review for which week? For the week of 7th to 13th April 2024, which is the second week of what? November. So sorry, second week of April, not November, please. And I want to explain the market. That is the secret behind this particular trade. And I want to talk about the court data, the the market sentiment. Yeah, I'm very serious, which is the macro market what analysis. So basically, if you want to know more on the lower time frame about next week, that is next week, you want to know where to we are going higher, right? Just one of the problems you need to figure out is where will be suitable for you to engage as being a buyer for the week if you want to catch the whole weekly range. Last week I did say if you want to catch the whole weekly range, you should be looking for price to get to uh this bullish order block, and we can see the low of that candle just tap on the bullish order block. So that is it. And looking back testing on my own, I discovered that this price move that reacts to this change in this market is an order block on its own, right? Another block, and this one was a proportion block, not another block. And when we have another one coming up, but we can't classify this as an order block yet, except we have a fair value gap. And with the current market price delivery and the current sentiment around price, let me say something what I'm looking out for in a bigger perspective, right? Because I'm not doing this video to just explain lower time frame, right? What I'm looking for in a big perspective, right? Because we already know that we are going to get above this buy side. So if price gets to this buy side, how far can we go? We have a weekly bearish order block, and inside the weekly bearish order block, we have a fair value gap, very clean and what steady area or in price. So if price gets towards this area, we are going to see what is sweet price delivery lower. And now we can actually say that at the end of this year, we are going to see a bearish profile. That is if and only if we get here before the year. And now on the XY, now when we talk about the macro perspective, the macro market structure, this is the first phase forward bearish how will I call it? For there is this anticipation from ICT. He says what this second phase distribution or accumulation, first stage accumulation of price, right? You can see the whole thing that's been going around here is accumulation. If we go on a monthly contract, you can see that vividly. Now I don't want to go higher than all we already in. Now I'm just going to show you guys something. We have relative equal low here, right? these lows are relatively equal. And now we created what? We created a new all-time high here. The market, well, if I mean we, I like using that language. I'm talking about the market because we are not the one that created it. So the market or the algorithm created a new all-time high here for the dollar. And what we see a rejection that created what? A fear, an order block that broke even a weekly market structure. So what I want to us to pay more attention to is this whole market sentiment from here to here. This is the whole market sentiment. This whole things that happen here drive the market higher all to this point. Now, when we get here, we broke structure, creating a bearish order block, and also even rallying lower so deep. And now we get towards this price, and ever since we remain on a specified range, right? Now, this range is where price has been trading off of. When we go higher, we come lower, we go higher. Now, whatever makes us to leave this range higher is going to be a manipulation. That is, if price goes higher, we are not saying it to be totally up, but it's going to be a manipulation higher to distribute lower. That is, this is an accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So the manipulation is what we are looking at right now. If and only if. Now I am giving this market, like I'm going to rename this particular video, right? So because I want to give it a name. So if you are looking at this whole perspective, and at the end of the year, I want to refer back to this video. At the end of this year, right? I want to refer back to this video because yes, I want to see if actually I have that sentiment, because this is my own first time of doing a market sentiment, taking my time going to the charts and coming up with the market sentiment. And now, I did not only come up with this particular paradigm. I go through the dollar. I go through the situation, economic situation, looking at the gold market, looking at the gold is still going to go higher, right? Looking at the 10-year treasury bond, US treasury bond, and looking at the economic situation of the world. Now we see war escalating, and instead of the market to remain stagnant, what's happening? The dollar is going up. It is not going up because has to go up, or people are buying, or people are actually putting money in the dollar. It is going up because the algorithm has foreseen, and they are trying to what? Derive the market higher for those who think they are smart. And people, there are people that sell this bearish order block. Look how they did it. If you sell this bearish order block, you make money, but look how it come back and respect this, and it's taking them out. So that is very, very important that you have to see. You when you're trading, right, you need to actually think which people are being used here. Is there anybody that is being taken? Yes, because the market seeks for liquidity, and liquidity is where there is money sitting. So there are money sitting up here and below here, right? Why not come for here when they are already coming here? No, because the people that see this as a bearish order block, that engage, or some people could not wait for a market retracement for confirmation to engage. They will still rush and engage around this price, and they will be targeting this price. It's not me and you that are so afraid that we cannot hold position for long, but there are people who can hold. And I'm not talking about individual money, I'm talking about hedge funds, big companies that are putting money into this. All right. Now you see that what the algorithm is doing right now is creating a manipulation up and the dollar higher. And now what I'm trying to say is that if the create this manipulation up and the dollar begins to go lower, that is going to mean that we're going to see world war, right? No, sorry. Maybe I don't pray for world war, right? We're going to see more war escalate because the US will try to recover. They will be trying to recover, right? And although they will not try to push this market to move so fast, right? It is going to move, but it's not going to move faster lower, right? Because the US, they everything they do is they try to protect the dollar, and they want to have dominance. And dominance is good for them, sharp. If every country want to have dominance, everybody cannot have dominance. There is always a particular dominance in everywhere. So that is just the truth. So they just want to be the main source of the dominance over every economic situation. But now, how do we make use of this economic situation that is escalating? Is because we're going to now observe the market. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to refer to this video every now and then because I will actually need this video if I'm going forward, especially when I'm going to be busy next week, next upper week. Like in a month now, I'm going to be very busy, and it's going to be very tight for me to keep doing this daily video, but I will try my best to keep up with it. But if I had to leave some days, I will, because I have exam coming up and other things in school. So I'm still in school though. Although I want to, you know, I pray to God to make this as my sole source of income. But as in my own situation, in my own country, I cannot just like, okay, I won't go to school. But no, I'm going to school, right? Because I it will give me opportunity to, understand people and, have companionship. So that is just another advantage from school. But I am studying this market every day because I want and I pray that this become my sole source of income. So that is within me and God. If God wants to do that, He will do that. So that's not for me to say. That's God to decide. But I already have what I want in my mind. So if God approve it, that's Alhamdulillah. So what we are looking for now, I think next week is we want to actually have be able to predict the right point where the market reversal is going to occur. But if we cannot predict that, we're going to wait for Monday price to deliver without engaging. And one of the factor I'm thinking is that we might open and price will continue pulling up because they will not want to give opportunity to the retail traders, because the retail traders are see here as a resistance. If you see the body of the candle, they are always here, resistance, and now the resistance has turned support, right? And whenever the retail and the ICT, the concept I use, which is retail or the smart money concept or the ICT concept, are in what in conjunction together, that is, they agree on a particular sentiment in price, you're going to see market run faster because they don't want to people to engage and put money in it, so that when they are running back towards that area, they will be able to have different stops to take. So but we're gonna see how Monday delivered. Monday price delivery, which is tomorrow, we actually signal us what to do next. But aside that, we also need to be able to identify where we expect the market to pull from. So and that's why I'm going to take this off. Uh, since this is the proportion block and we have retested on it, and you will see how the market pull up, and this is just a small pull because we are supposed to see the largest pull this week or next week. So this first pull is the just smaller pull. All right, let me go to the daily because the XY is the main major driver of this market. So sometimes we cannot neglect it or we cannot take advantage of it. So on the daily time frame, we want to see this as another block. So what makes you think that they want to drive this market back again after they have actually, look what happened here? They have drive it higher, drive it lower, drive it higher, drive it lower. What now make you think they will want to drive it lower again before continuation? No, I don't think so. But because from the sentiment, I don't think so. Well, one of the factors that might lead to brushing it lower is this daily liquidity void here, this opening daily opening gap. So if they drive the market all the way to this price, then we're going to see what a bearish opening, right? The market actually retrace, but I'm not looking forward to all the retracement to get almost to this price. But if we get towards this area, I think we'll be sweet. So now it's going to be scary for you to participate in, for anyone to participate in, but don't be scared. The worst that could happen, you take a loss. So don't be afraid to take loss because it's part of the game, but be technical about the decision you are making. So if you want to be going every day to take long position or short position on euro, you want to see your things in alignment, which is your PDRA, your lower time frame structure. So if you look at this internal structure for the euro, because this is the euro now, the this is classified as the daily bearish order block, right? All these candles daily bearish. It's not a weekly bearish order block. So I made a mistake on the Friday market review. But seriously, if you want to really understand deep about this structure, this the lower time frame structure, you need to go to the Friday video. So taking us to the weekly contract for euro. Now we have seen the whole accumulation here as well. What is happening? This is the first phase, what first stage accumulation for euro on euro, and for bullish scenario, right? So if price, as price keep what trading around this area, there is importance that we can now see price get towards this area, and this is the weekly bullish order block, and this is where the whole market changes. And if we get below here, we eventually take, I want to see us take this sell side liquidity. Then if we take that sell side liquidity, this is a long time perspective, right? This whole area I'm calling is a long time perspective, something that could happen in 3 months to come, or in three, or maybe price will even get here at the end of this year. Then next year we start pulling up, and the dollar will start falling from next year. So it just depends how fast they want to derive this. And but if it's a manipulation, it's going to go faster, right? That's why I'm expecting it to happen fast. If this is actually a manipulation, so that we can have our the main distribution, and that distribution is also going to be what higher. The one that will take time is this accumulation. Now let me just go on a monthly before the time ends. I want to show you something. Now do you see that it's actually an accumulation? Look how we have been on this accumulation stage, right? This is an accumulation. Now we are spooling. Now that on the monthly, it's still showing us that there is no guarantee that we are actually going to pass through this area. We can even go lower and will not take this low, and we start coming back inside the accumulation. So not until we leave that accumulation, but from the lower time frame, it is showing, it's already signaling that there is a higher probability the market is going to leave that range. And if we leave that range, that is a very good info. And on the monthly, we have this bullish order block here, and a fair value gap that has not been what tapped. So anything area, when we get towards this area, what we expect? A higher price delivery. That is what the sentiment I'm bringing, and the macro structure I want us to see. And what do you see here? If you look here vividly, you see relative equal high. Now look, you see what we call trend line, what trend line, what the retail trader will call what, let me just make this like this. Yeah, so we can see everything. The retail trader will call this what, trend line resistance. And now they'll be expecting a resistance on this area in price. I want us to show something, right? Even though we cannot really do much before the video end, the end of the video, click in. So if we went lower and we come higher, break this structure. Now I'm talking about from a retail perspective. Now we manipulate, right? And we go higher. We broke that structure. We're going to retest, go higher according to what? Uh, the retail perspective. And don't misunderstand me. Retail perspective is very good for macro structural explanation. Now, according to us, what I see according to ICT student or smart money contracts like SMT traders, what I see is a relative equal highs, equal high, which are all what? Buy side liquidity. Imagine having a relatively buy side liquidity that have remained on tap in the future. And also we have accumulation here, manipulation coming up for a distribution. So if this is a manipulation, we want to see this month and next month pull up price. And I hope this video really gives you a higher perspective in price, and give you a higher time frame what understanding of price, because this is very very critical. But now one thing I want us to understand is that when dollar start to come down with this macro, if we are going to respect this macro market, if dollar begins to pull down and the gold will continue to rise, then Bitcoin will continue to rise. So for me, for Bitcoin markets to reach 100K, we need to already have this manipulation so that people will be moving their money. The hedge funds will be moving their money from the dollar and looking for safe haven.